Sejuani would, because Sejuani has a much more...
It's kind of interesting to see it just kind of plainly there down in the bottom side. So, looks like we're ready to jump into game number 1. Afreeca up against SANBOX for the LCK Spring 2020 remote broadcast.
Exactly is going to go on. What's going to transpire? Darwin was obviously in close proximity.
Oh boy, here we go. Already Lonely is being bullied up here. They're going to land the Arctic Charge here. Is it going to be the flash? Yes, it will. First blood will go.
Is putting on a clinic. We might have a trade here.
Okay, yeah, getting in here, but Gorilla is going to be joining this one to make it a 3-on-2. They're trying to collapse onto Aatrox, but they need to be the ones that are running as Dread is going to turn around. But there we go. Pantheon now trying to come on in as they're really trying to force this fight. Pantheon going to get exhausted, and so really needs to run away. Puts his E up for the block. Has to flash.
On a moment's notice, as Punch, he's in close proximity, but there's a heavy trade going on. Punch a little bit preoccupied with the golems.
Has to run away.
Evolution and set, and hold on, we might have a dive.
Punch just went back home, lonely. He's so lonely. He's all by himself. He's trying to go 1v3. But, you know, honestly, he's doing a really good job so far. But he is going to get stunned up. I think this is pretty inevitable. He tries to cave. Looks like he was able to get away from that one. The skirmishes all over the map. Double exhaust does come out, as you mentioned. Gorilla's going to eat the whole culling as the flash just barely not going to have the angle to finish him off. And now we have a big rotation coming in from SANBOX, Mystic, and Jelly. No flash and no way to get out of that one. Jelly is going to abandon the ship, join the fight, but he's kind of being zoned by the Scuttle Crab, and now we got the Pantheon in a really awkward spot. He's just going to get dunked, and he's going to bait Keen in there as well, who immediately just superplexes into the back line just to die. So immediately 2 members of Afreeca go down. The Dragon absolutely.
And when that happens, with all the resistances getting stacked up, I mean, we have a kill happening here in mid,
but first down, but
it's a 1-for-1.
Yeah,
and this is a nightmare situation for Afreeca. They'll do anything, and remember, this is what we talked about in regards to the Herald.
Go ahead, you can play-by-play this.
Go ahead, I mean, you're the WoW guy.
No,
you need to scream,
not.
You're the play-by-play, Valdez. I need you to say Leroy Jenkins.
Actually, not.
Now look at everything that Keen is achieving by endlessly pushing in the side waves here. He manages to be super overextended. Gonna actually superplex items also completed for Lonely on the Aatrox, and you just look at the items on all the champions and it favors SANBOX so much.
Keen going on in there, trying to burst down Punch. They nearly get him, and Dove is going to live with a flash away, but Punch will be the first casualty here. Dove zoned out, but it doesn't matter because down on the bottom side, Root is gonna pick up a double kill. Afreeca heavily losing this fight up against Root. Keen not able to carry it by himself in the back line, trying to snipe down Dove, but stopwatch, pretty good item for both of these guys, and that is going to be the big team fight win for SANBOX, as they should pick up this Mountain Soul.
Gets kept pushing side lanes. They never utilized the mid-game Grand Skyfall. They could never break the mid-tier 1 turret. They are now Leroying in mid lane.
Yeah, and it's not going to go very well. Not much to say about this one. Keen desperately trying, but it's too little, too late. They could have set up plays like this. Is going to be the kill score here. And they will dominate Afreeca in game number 1. Nexus going to go down, as even without Summit, even with Keen winning the top lane, Soul plus Baron plus the massive lead. And yes, the most damage was Keen. Unfortunately, Fly did about 0 in this game. I feel like he did negative points in this one. Almost had less damage than the Sejuani, and the 2 of them had less damage than the Uni. That's all I'll say. I don't want to see that matchup again. The Azir absolutely dumped AP jargon, so definitely knows how to pick up that champion. We'll be excited to see if that sub can change things up here in terms of the play. Curious to see if he can actually make that work, as Dove just gonna face check into the brush, the flash into the
a fantastic counter gank. If it would end up working, oh man.
Oh, I think it is gonna work. Oh, they're going for a dive, actually. They should be able to pick up this kill, but now Spirit should be able to get Lonely down. Let's see, though. Goes for the flag and drag, picks up the kill. And now a level up the way of Fly, and actually the jungler is engaged from the right side as this Rumble is dead. just immediately, just like that, a huge collapse coming in, and a big interrupt there from the side of SANDBOX. That's going to make it 2 kills now.
Donated 30% of his life away.
Oh, he's given more. Oh, man.
He's at 50%.
Yeah. And you mentioned how Zoe, okay, it's going to go the way of Sejuani. The Cataclysm into flash play is going to be the play here for Spirit.
Punch did it so good he stole it twice.
Nicely done getting into that back line. Now they burst down Keen. He's immediately going to go down. Nice knockup by Jelly. He's going to find 4 of them. Can they actually get into this one? The Azir, though, into the back line, and Mystic, not having enough room, is going to put that culling out, but he doesn't have enough room to just go front to back here, although we did have Zoe finally snipe out the Braum. It's just like you get a Braum in the front, and immediately he gets exhausted. And then it's just like, okay, well, I'm going to have to hold that thought as Keen is going to get caught out here once again. He's burning down Root. He's doing a good job there, but he's still caught. So down he will go. Look to engage, but Punch coming in from behind. They're trying to go in the front side here. Big equalizer into the backline. Dub. Oh, and a really perfect stopwatch as Keen is desperately trying to do it. It doesn't matter how well he plays because he's still going to get dominated at this point in the game. Down will go Jelly at the same time, make that 3. As
I just don't see a way. There is no Gandalf coming over this mountain.
Okay, well, they get the combo down, and it just does not matter at this point. Even Gorilla, okay, well, he is going to go down. Dub going to just slap the 2 members that tried to get into that back line as Keen, again, going to get stunned up and smacked here by Lonely in the front. Not going to be able to save that damage onto Punch as Fly is desperately trying to do something in this game, but is not going to be able to, as even the Trouble Bubble is going to miss. And down will go the Nexus as SANBOX will take the 2-0.
As take a look at the damage chart, Azir topping it. Zoe tried to do her best this game, but it just wasn't set up. Afreeca, they tried to pivot off theme on R5 to save it. It was really just too far behind. If some people are wondering, well, what would have been a better champion in a spot like this to try to control things? One of the first thoughts in my mind is actually Veigar would have been a pretty good R5 spot for Afreeca. Veigar